This is a completion of a 9-year project that began with a global competition. 360 teams entered, and the soldier's journey was the recipient of the National World War I Memorial Competition. It's a story of a soldier, a father, and an allegory for the United States, and begins with the dad and the father leaving home, his daughter entering into battle, and in this ordeal is transformed as the world was transformed by the decimation of 22 million people. He returns home and hands the helmet to his daughter. I made a sculpture that is not really about my creative process. It's really about telling a story that many, many people will understand. And that story is on many levels. It's not only about humanity, it's about healing and what happens in war and the destruction of war. There's a section in it called The Cost of War. And the principal figure of the dad, when you see him at the 3/4 mark, is shell-shocked. And it is the transformation that happens to human beings when they enter into war. It's also what happened to us globally 100 years ago with World War I.
Once the design was approved, Sabin went to New Zealand to make a maquette. He made a maquette of the eventual full sculpture, and then principal sculpture started in August of 2019, and we concluded principal sculpture in January of 2024. And the last 5 figures were shipped back to Pangolin for molding and casting into bronze in January of 2024. So it's been an 8-year process. this piece was always important to Sabin. He wanted the visitor to have a visceral response. So any visitor from the United States or from around the world who comes to Washington, D.C. to see our monuments could walk along this relief, all 60 feet, and look at all 38 figures, and would get a feeling for this is what World War I is like, this is what it looked like, and this is what it felt like, and the trenches were hell. And he really wanted people to be moved. So it's like a movie in bronze.
I'm optimistic that this project will have an effect external to the art world, and that's really important. You can't operate in a vacuum of only making art for art's sake. It's art for purpose of people, to elevate and bring us to a higher level of consciousness. That's what I'm excited to do, to break new ground in terms of where does the art world go.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.